Hello folks, this is Andy White down here at Bobby Ledbetter's Twin City in Fort Payne, Alabama. I want to invite everybody to come out to our new location. We're at 1411 Glen Boulevard, right where you turn to go on Airport Road. We've got plenty of inventory for you to choose from. I got cars, trucks, vans, sport utility vehicles of any make and model. Come down here and visit us. Let us see what we can do for you. If you got some slow credit, I've got some banks that'll take care of that. We've got great financing, got a great selection of cars. Y'all come down here and see us.
Don't take the first deal that comes along when you can do better at BobbyLedbetter.com and Twin City Used Car Sales, located at 1411 Glen Boulevard in South Fort Payne. Welcome to the Robbie Coker Show. I'm David Holt, and this is Coach Coker, and we are so glad you took time to tune in today. We're going to be talking about some Plainview basketball. And Coach, good morning. Good to have you with us.
Great to be here, man. Another great day. It's getting closer to Christmas. I'm sure those elves on the shelves are moving around Rainsville this morning early.
I'm telling you, I talked to a parent the other day and said, that was the worst thing ever.
I mean, you know how we are. We create work on ourselves.
You do. You do. So you guys do that?
Oh, yeah. We've got two. We've got two. Rob's hardly ever moves because he can't help it but touch it. So, I hope Santa Claus is forgiving.
Well, maybe. I'm sure Santa Claus was very forgiving for you when you were a child.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Santa Claus is very, very forgiving if my memory serves correct. No question.
Maybe we should bring your mom on and have a conversation about when you were little.
No, she swears Rob is worse than me, but I think that's a shot at Melissa and my parenting skills. She's kind of bragging a little bit. I don't know if that's. And my aunts tend to disagree, so it's kind of a touchy subject there. But no.
So you don't invite the aunts to Thanksgiving, Christmas, right?
Oh no, the Cokers, we go big on Thanksgiving. That's our day. So we had a great celebration last year. That's really the only time we get together now. We're about 70 deep now. So.
Wow.
We can't, Christmas is just impossible to get together.
So whoever draws the short straw hosts it that time?
No, it's always at the church. We've had to sell out to the church, There's no house big enough, so.
I got you. Well, you used to build one.
Yeah. That's what I need to do. I'm done with that.
Well, let's talk about basketball. Since we came on last, we played Cherokee County at home. Had a good crowd, came out and supported Plainview basketball. Let's talk a little bit about the Cherokee County. What are they, Warriors?
The Warriors, yeah. They're a 4A basketball team. Going to have a chance to go to Jacksonville State, got a chance to win their area and play in postseason. Got a lot of guards. They're not very big. They're very similar to us. Play 5 guards typically. A couple guys can really shoot it. I thought they did a great job of trying to run us off the three-point line, not allow us to shoot threes. Obviously, we've got that reputation now. But I thought our guys did a good job in response to that, to taking the layups. They were hugging shooters. The floor was very spaced. And I thought our guys did a great job of penetrating and finishing at the rim. I think we made 32 layups in the game. Just an overall good team win. Everybody played well. And I'm sure that when we go to their place, they'll be even better because, once again, they're a team that I think they went 2 rounds deep in football. He got his guys a little late. He had a kid not play. They've got some injuries still lingering from that, and I'm sure they're going to get better as the season goes along. But they got a couple good shooters. They really spaced the floor well as well. Our pressure just kind of over time wore them down and got us some cheap baskets, and we were able to pull out there and secure the victory.
Well, Cherokee County, they've been part of our schedule for quite some time. Used to play them in tennis. They're great people. Appreciate them coming over. They brought a good crowd, and that's what we're all about. You know, you're sitting here talking about stats and layups, and how do you just keep all that straight in your mind? I mean, do you do your Bible reading that way? Retain that good?
Unfortunately, yeah. Now you're making me feel guilty like the preacher. Make me feel guilty every Sunday.
I figured your brother-in-law could do that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't know. I just remember that game. I remember when people. I remember after the game, people, like we didn't play well.
Mm-hmm.
Coach only made 5 threes. I'm like, did you watch the game? We made 32 layups.
Yeah.
They wouldn't allow us to get a 3 off. We didn't shoot it great, but we got a lot of easy baskets in transition. We could shoot a lot of layups after reversing the ball. Like I said, they had really hugged their shooters out in the corner, so we had to take advantage of what the defense gives us. I was really proud of our kids. A lot of times I think they get to looking up there and seeing how many threes we make, and I thought they did a good job of taking what the defense gave them.
Well, that's one thing I've been very impressed with is no matter who you face, the game has to change with what kind of defense they're playing you. If they're out guarding at threes, you're going to have to do something else, and you're calling all these plays, and where do you come up with the names? I mean, I'm just a normal person, but I'm like, I don't know. They sound kind of crazy.
Yeah.
145D or 145S, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a thing to try to help the kids memorize, easier.
Okay.
It's all got, most of the time, now every now and then you have a play has no relation to it, but most of the time there's always a word there that try to trigger their memory a little bit. We try to keep things as uniform as we can, help them on the fly to remember what's going on. Of course, like we talked about in the past, our kids are super intelligent.
Yeah.
They do a great job. They allow us to coach, and we can add wrinkles. We can make adjustments to the half. It's a strong suit of this team. I've known Coach Wester at center. You talked about how good of people they are. Since I was a kid, him and Coach Hogan. I think Coach Hogan actually coached him at center.
Really?
And he would come over and do camps for us in the summer. Coach Wester's son of the earth guy. He's a good dude. Does a great job coaching. And like you said, it's fun to play against people that you respect and you appreciate and you enjoy being around. And we look forward to going over there in January.
Well, we took a long road trip last Saturday after the ACT. You had the bus cranked and those kids were running out and jumping on, and here we went to Cordova. You know, that's one of the things, I had no idea what I was walking into, but I'm telling you what, that was a nice school.
It was a nice school. They had a bad tornado over there. It may have been the same time the Rainsville tornadoes hit. I think that's right. It really crushed that town and community. Probably more damage there than here. That sounds bad to say. We lost 28 lives, I think. But I think as far as structurally and the city, I think it just flattened it. It was a bad day across the state that day. But it is a nice place. And it's Cordova, if you know the locals there, is how they say it.
Cordova?
It's Cordova.
Okay. Kind of like Woodville is Woodville?
Yeah. I got some friends from there, and it's Cordova.
Okay.
So anyways, but if you go through Birmingham and go I-22, it's pretty easy to get to.
Yeah, about a 2-hour drive.
But if you go the back roads,
speed a little bit.
if you go through Coleman, hit 278 now, you get some windy, hilly roads and some rough parts of Alabama. So it was fun hearing people come in and say, "Coach, how did you find this place?"
Interstate, all
That's
the way,
right.
baby.
I always take the 4-lane. So, but they have a great basketball team. They've got great athletes. They're well coached. Fun environment. Probably not as good a crowd because it's a Saturday instead of a Friday, but we had to do that because of travel. Coach Burns is bringing his team over here for the first State Bank shootout, and to plug the tournament a little bit. What a good 2 players they have.
Yeah.
Jace Willingham and Isaac Chapman is as good a 1-2 combo as you'll see in high school basketball. Any classification, I think about who we played and who we've seen play as far as a 1-2 punch.
Well, the shots they can make are just phenomenal.
I
really are.
thought we got dunked on 6 times. It was a high-level basketball game. Jeffrey got in foul trouble early. I was really proud of our bench. Gingy, Hayden White, and Dan Heyman came in and made some big shots. Bailey hit 2 big threes. He's battling a little bit of a foot injury. We really brother-in-law. We do a great job of covering each other's weaknesses. It seems like when one guy's off, another guy's on. This team does a great job of hiding other weaknesses. And Jeffrey got in foul trouble. We had to sit in the last 14 minutes of the half or 12 and a half minutes of the half, whatever it was. And our other guys stepped up and covered. We took a 7-point lead. Anytime your point guard goes out, Coop goes to the point, but it just, it creates some.
It's not what you're used to.
It's not what you're used to.
Yeah.
It can create some adversity for some teams, and I thought our guys did a phenomenal job of handling that. They made a run there at the end of the quarter, at the half, to take a 1-point lead. But we felt good about it because we knew we got all of our guys back for the second half, and we felt like we could, our pressure was working. You couldn't tell it as they were shooting layups and dunking on us, but we felt like we were getting in their legs. They've had some injuries through football, and some other guys. They've got a really good football player that's either committed to Auburn or been recruited by Auburn, and he's out with a shoulder surgery. Once they add him, they're going to be even better. And we felt like we could get in their legs, and I think we did. I think in the second half you saw we really scored in transition. We played a lot of 4-on-3, 5-on-4. Third quarter, another, it's becoming redundant. And our third quarters really has been our great quarter this year. And another great third quarter. I don't know what our efficiency stats were, but it seemed like we scored 90% of the possession in the third quarter. Really did a phenomenal job of pushing that ball and scoring opportunities for our guys. And we didn't do a great job. We gave up 54 points to those two guys.
But now, some of them used to scoring 50 on their own.
The Monday before, the one kid had 56. So, I told our guys, look, guys, we watched clips of them. We game planned. It was a short day because of the ACT, because of the quick turn Friday, Saturday. We're not trying to hold these guys to 8 points. Don't go in there with a false mentality. Hey, we're going to shut these guys down. You're not shutting them down.
Yeah.
The way we play, the way the score's going to be, hopefully in the 80s. If we hold these guys to below 50, it's a great down to defense.
Yeah.
And we held them to 54. That wasn't our goal, but golly, they're so fast and athletic, and they can shoot the 3-ball too. It's one of these, you got to pick your poison. We want them to take contested jumpers. Sometimes we force them contested jumpers. Sometimes they got by us and dunked it. That's the game. That's playing against quality opponents. Yeah. I really appreciate and am thankful for our guys' mentality when we get dunked on or when we give them a bucket. It doesn't bother us. And it sounds like, golly, coaches, you want to be bothered when other team scores. Yeah. But at the same time, you shouldn't take it on the other end or try to make up for it and do something crazy. I think our guys have learned that when you play good players, they're going to score.
Yeah.
You're going to get dunked on if you don't get to help side or out 3-on-2 break if you don't stop the ball and get that thing out and go the other end. It's not a big deal to us anymore. Sometimes when you get dunked on, kids act crazy or lose their composure. Our guys don't do that. We're become accustomed to getting dunked on, I guess. You talk about a sunshine pumper. I found a positive in that. But it really, our kids, they're really unflappable, and we just continue to play and continue to get the shots we want and try to get better the next time on defense. And
we had a good crowd to come and support you down there.
Oh, it's amazing, man. I can't say enough about our support. I've got some buddies, around and
Wait,
coaching.
You got buddies?
Yeah, I've got a couple friends, and they at least act like it to my face.
I got
make
you.
me feel better in the coaching profession, and they all the time, they said, I hope you realize what kind of, situation you have. And I told them all the time, I said, guys, I knew what kind of situation I had a chance to have when I took the job. I knew what this thing could be, and the community up there, and it's unbelievable, man. You're exactly right. The people of Ramsville have been strong. You look up there, we've got people at Cordova. I think we had a lot of people stop in Trussville and shop, make a day of it. That's.
Well, I drove straight there and drove straight back. I didn't.
Okay, look, I don't care what you do before or after the game. It's
as
that
long
you
as
get
you're
there.
there.
And
there
we
for the
talk
game.
about players play. Fans are fans. You know what I'm saying? So
come and support, right?
they've been unbelievable. And once again, I think it goes back to the way we play the game, the way these guys represent our community. I'm assuming we're about to get into the Sandmountain tournament game.
Yeah. Since we are right at the point that we played the first round of the Sand Mountain tournament, and last night we played Crossville. So let's talk a little bit about the Crossville game.
Sure. Dave's going to call. I think it's the president. We'll know if he has any ideas for this tax cut, how to make this math work out.
No comment about politics. I'm going to leave that one alone.
The Sandmountain tournament, Big Time Event, it's an old tradition here on the mountain. Crossville's chose to host it at their place. Had a good crowd last night. They had a home crowd atmosphere. Thought our guys, once again, we didn't shoot the ball particularly well. Probably our worst night from the three-point line. I think we were 10 for 40, something like that, or 9 for 40 or something, under 25%, maybe the first time on the season. But I really thought our guys did a great job of controlling what they can control. I loved our energy. I loved our effort, our toughness. Then we forced 19 turnovers the first half. We were really aggressive playing defense. We've played 12 games now, and we haven't came out with no energy, or we haven't had a bad approach on the season, and they should be commended for it. Basketball, football, it's, you get 10 games, and it's easy to get fired. It's a lot of rah-rah. It's all week. Boom, it gets. Basketball, we've played 3 hard games in 5 days. Now we played Friday, Saturday, Tuesday, so 3 games in 5 days. So, in theory, you could have a night where you didn't bring your A game.
Yeah.
And I think our guys, hopefully we're a third of the way of the season. You want to play 36 games.
Yeah.
We played 12. The first third, they've brought their effort every night.
Yeah.
And we challenged them, look, guys. And I told them at halftime, we weren't shooting it good, and, I could hear some things, some chatter, and, it's also frustration when we missed a couple easy ones. I said, look, guys, you forget. Everybody else judges this team on how we shoot the basketball. I don't judge you on that. I judge you on your effort, your energy, and your toughness. And I think it's been off the charts the first half. I don't think anybody else could come into a gym, be on the road, shoot it as poorly as you've shot it, and be up 21 at the half.
Yeah.
So don't get it twisted. This ain't a great shooting team, and we put all of our worth on that,
Yeah.
We put our worth on our effort and our toughness, and relax. We're going to make a couple. It's going to be all right. Keep playing this hard, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I hope doesn't get overshadowed by us making great shots. Because when we make shots, we're a great offensive team. We're fun to watch. Mm-hmm. We share the ball. They do things the right way. Very few of us take bad shots. We take a couple a game, but, most of these guys take great shots, make the right decision with the basketball. And that's fun.
Yeah.
But that's not who we are. We're a unselfish team. Mm-hmm. We're a tough team. We're a physical team that plays extremely hard. That's who we are. That's how we built this program. And don't lose sight of it.
Yeah.
And I thought last night was a great example of a team that if you built your identity on shooting the ball well, you looked up last night, you'd been in trouble.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't fallen
Yeah.
for whatever reason. But because we are a great defensive team, because we play extremely hard, because we hold them to, below 20% from the field for the night, you still win the game, even though you shot it bad.
Yeah.
Because you play so hard. And that's a great lesson for our, program. Don't get caught up. When it's free and easy, everybody's having a good time. We play defense. We defend extremely, we play extremely hard, and we're unselfish. And because of that, we have a lot of great shooting nights.
Well, and I've seen you, and like you said, it's 3 games in 5 days. You guys seem to always have their legs under them.
Yeah, I've done a better job as a coach. Bear Bryant, everybody, he comes off the Junction Boy, all that toughness. But he says if you're going to err on the side of practice, err on the side of being rested. So obviously, sometimes as coaches, we get caught up trying to get too much in, practicing too much. I've tried to err on the side of rest. A lot of these parents, I'm sure, are laughing at my guys. But we do a lot of mental stuff. Today will be another day. We're practicing at 10 o'clock this morning. We're going to go about 90 minutes. But 45 or 50 minutes will be mental stuff. It'll be walkthroughs. It'll be film session. It'll be stretching, I want to get them going. I like to, Coach Kenny used to always say, flush the system, get them moving again. Mm-hmm. Don't sit around and be stiff, but we're not going to, kill them today. We're not going to do a lot of bone-on-bone contact. We played 3 in 5 days. We got 2 more the next day, hopefully Thursday, Friday. So we're going to play 5 games in 7 days here. Mm-hmm. I'm going to err on the side of rest as much as we can. And then another thing that helps us with our legs is we play a lot of guys. Last night we played all 12 guys. All 12 guys played 8 minutes or more.
Wow.
So,
And they were still scoring.
They were still scoring. We play extremely hard, but you look up, Kobe Tinker last night because of foul trouble probably played 7 minutes. Mm-hmm. Cade Willingham, because of rotation, because the way it's situated, probably played 9 or 10 minutes. So Coop probably played the most. I don't know, I didn't see the numbers, but probably played 16 minutes. So in theory, nobody played over half the game last night. Mm-hmm. So we're able to play that hard because we rest, because our bench and our talent pool is so deep. So that's another benefit of that.
Well, before we get into who we're going to face, well, let's just go ahead and do that. We'll be playing Fife on Thursday night at 8:30.
They're back. This will be played after.
Yep.
So I'm not going to talk a lot about it, other than Fife's back to playing Fife basketball. They're very physical. They did a great job. Other than that, I don't think North South Mountain would take offense to this. But they dictated the way the game was played. They played the way they wanted to play. They didn't get caught up in playing North South Mountain style. They slowed it down. They were physical. They threw it in the post. They offensive rebound. They guarded half court. Man, they're back to playing Fife defense and Fife basketball. I got a couple young guys that are raising up, making shots. The Gardner kid, the Godwin kid, a couple young guys shoot the basketball extremely well. Probably record-wise, as big a surprise on the mountain has been this year. I think they're maybe 7-1, 8-1, and 2 now. I think they've lost twice. And I think Sexton beat them 4-5, and then at Asbury they got beat 5 or 6. Sometimes I don't think the Boston Celtics can go in Asbury. I mean, you guys have been there. So 2 good, two quality losses.
That's a very neat way to say that.
2 quality losses. 2 quality losses as well. Played extremely hard. They're back to playing Fife basketball. I'm proud for Coach Thrash and those guys down there. It's going to be another hard fist fight of a game for us.
And the winner of that one will take on the winner of Pisgah section, which will be on Friday night at 8 o'clock.
Both those guys are playing extremely well as well. Jackson County basketball, it's going to be a fun game tomorrow night to watch. As a spectator, watch Pisgah section before us. Tomorrow night, all 3, nobody's going to see this or that, man. I don't need to do the plug. But we got all 3 teams playing tomorrow night at the semi-tournament. And then in the finals, hopefully
we'll have all 3 again.
Last year we got that going.
The B team, let's see, the B team will play on Thursday. They'll play Sylvania, and then the winner of them will play the winner of North South Mountain Pisgah. So let me ask this question: in the boys'
that's
B team,
that's our area. So it's all 4 area teams.
So how often in South Mountain tournament does it come down to the Cobb County and the Jackson County team in the finals? You ever looked at that?
That's a great question, Dave. I mean,
I'm so glad I came up with a good one that
I
stumped
feel like
you.
I'm a Sand Mountain sports guru. I got to tell the stories last night with Shannon J. out in the hospitality room. I almost didn't make it to our game, but I grew up on this history. I appreciate DeKalb County and Sand Mountain history, sports history especially. But I don't know. It's a great question. Since I've been here, we played Geraldine. We've only played in one final. We beat Geraldine last year. The year before, Geraldine beat section in the finals. That's great. Sexton with the Final Four. The year before that, who was the year before that? I can't. One year, Fife beat Sexton in the finals. My first year, Fife beat Sexton in the finals. And then Cody in them senior year, I don't even know who won it. Sylvania beat Geraldine in the finals. So my 4 years, it's been 3 Jackson DeKalb matchups. And then the girls, I'm assuming it's
usually Plainview Pisgah.
It's been Plainview Pisgah. It's the one year that we weren't very good. I can't remember who was in the finals that year.
I'm glad I asked a question just
so
you.
Great question.
Let me ask another question then. Keith, did a couple of junior high games yesterday, and we've done a few Monday and on Tuesday of this week. And you're always in the gym. You're down there milling around on your phone, talking, milling on your phone again, talking. But every so often you hear this voice hollering down there, and it's you hollering at these junior high kids. What's your mentality or what's your thought process of building a program? I mean, I know it's important. To me, it's important to build that program, but I'm just wondering what
it's like being a father. It's like being a husband. You got to be present. To be there. You got to spend time. How do you show that somebody's important to you? Time. The administration afforded me an opportunity that I get to work with my junior high every day. So I get to see them at practice every day. So, I've got that relationship with them. I see them every day. I try my best. I've gotten better at keeping my mouth shut during JV games and during junior high games. But occasionally, Coach Hogan used to do that when I was a player. He'd sit there hold that block wall up, and he'd give, coach you a little bit. So occasionally I do step out and coach a little bit. But we've got a great staff, and we got great players, and our commitment's, really, really off the charts right now. So I've been able to step back a little bit. But yesterday, I'm trying to break down film, trying to make sure we get the bus lined up, trying to watch junior high, lots of things going on. So, yeah, it's You have to be able to multitask, I guess is my point. But I really enjoy watching our guys play. We were, got 2 games in this week. School being out, a lot of teams take this week off. A lot of places, I got calls, Coach, we can't play that week. My administration won't let us host games, and I'm sure Coach Clark and Miss Bryant and Mr. Richards, are not proud to be up there. They like their break too, but they also get it. That we need to play these games. It's a dead week. If we've taken advantage of it. It's a commitment deal, man. To brag on our administration, Mr. Richards didn't say, "Hey, Robbie, you got to cancel those games. I want to enjoy my time off."
Mm-hmm.
They broke those games up.
Yeah.
We was able to play yesterday.
Yeah.
You get what you put in.
Mm-hmm.
It's an investment, and I appreciate, those guys allowing us the opportunity to work on our game. To allow us to have games this week. We're going to play again Thursday. We're going down to Gunnersville for a couple games. Junior high guys, it's hard to get them to practice during this time. They got parents coming, but you can get them to those games.
Yeah.
So we play 3 times this week. We play 3 times next week. So they get 6 games in these 2 weeks. It's just invaluable, how important it is to your program.
Well, I had the opportunity to sit on the opposite side and see the bench over there. So I see Cody Coots, who's your 7th and 8th grade coach for boys. I see Brett Benefield, who coaches your 9th grade boys. And I see Stanley Williams, who's coaching your B team. And I'm just like, these guys are all invested from 7th grade through 12th grade. They're just part of the program.
Not to take any shots at anybody outside of our school, but our school, bragging about Plainview, our coaching staff is off the charts. I'm not just saying that because they're my guys, and they are, and I love them, and we've got a great relationship. But their commitment, Cody Coots and Brett Benefield, it's going to be a hustle today. We're going to practice 10 to 11:30 or 12. They're going to get in their car, and they're going to drive to Huntsville. They're going to watch Hillcrest Evergreen play today. I mean, I've told the story. I mean, them guys are invested. They're balled in. Coach Williams coaches a JV game. At Crossville, he stays and watches the varsity game and scouts Crossville Nider for us. I mean, those guys are working to put our kids in a situation to be successful. Their commitment, you can't question their commitment. I mean, it's off the charts. I'm very fortunate to be around those guys. Our kids are very fortunate to have those guys. Those guys can be varsity coaches, at several places. Coach Williams has got 22 years experience. Look at the games that Coach Williams is coaching. We were a kid under those Crossville banners.
Yeah.
We won the semi-tournament at Crossville in 1998, my junior year, for the first time since 1987. That was Stanley Williams' first year at Crossville. Look up there at all those years and those teams he was involved in. Ironically, we won the first county tournament at Plainview, since '99, Cody and senior year.
Yeah.
Whatever year that was. That was Stanley Williams' first year with the program. Look at the run we've been on since then.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's lucky. I don't know if he's a rabbit's foot. I'm just telling you, he's been around great basketball. He's one of those guys that you don't know what he does if you're not invested, if you're not around it every day. But you look up, and he's always been involved with successful teams.
Yeah.
People always tell me, they talk about John Calipari having great players. All I know to do to judge a coach on is about wins.
Yeah.
I mean, it's about winning. That's what you judge a coach on. Stanley Williams, you look up, he's been involved in the best seasons in DeKalb County history. He's been on that bench. He's just a winner, man. He does things the right way. He's
got some kids that are great ball players.
He does. He's got a great family. They're basketball committed. I can't say enough good things about my staff. Cody Coots, Brett Benefield, great young coaches, no egos, take care of things that I was telling a kid last night from Crossville thinks he wants to get into coaching. It's not about the game, man. High school coaching is not about the game. People get so caught up in that 90 minutes. Mm-hmm. If you want to be a high school coach, you better be ready to wash laundry. You better be ready to redo the gym floor. You better be ready to pick up after others to make sure other people have food.
Yeah.
So many jobs that are deemed unimportant or below people.
Yeah.
That's what high school coaching is all about. If you're not willing to wash laundry, if you're not willing to take a kid home, if you're not willing to drive to Huntsville today on your day off and watch a basketball game that you might against an opponent you may not even play, you're not going to be successful at it. And our young coaches have really bought in. They want to learn. They want to be a part, and I can't say enough about them. I know the clock's.
Well, guys, we appreciate he's on his soapbox here. He's doing a great job. We appreciate all of you watching. Hope you'll tell your friends about us, and we'll see you next time and talk about the Sand Mountain Tournament.
First State Bank Shootout, don't forget.
We'll talk about that at our next episode. We'll see you next time.
First Southern State Bank in Rainsville, we excel within the walls of our bank and outside these walls too. We're actively working with area schools to improve classrooms and supporting area student athletes on fields and courts. We work and worship at most churches in the Rainsville community. We also work to enhance the lives of area seniors, thanking them for a lifetime of contributions. We're the bankers and corporate citizens at First Southern State Bank. True community banking.